I recently had a coaching session with a member dealing with a difficult client. One problem is that the client wants the designer to perform work beyond the scope of the contract. For example, a plumbing riser, also known as a plumbing isometric. And they said the client doesn't want to pay extra for it. Well, when a client asks for services that are not in the scope of your contract, it can be challenging to know how to proceed. On the one hand, you may need to give the client what they're asking for to maintain a good working relationship. On the other hand, you don't want to do anything not included in your contract which may cost you money or undoubtedly more time. The best way to handle this situation is to have a conversation with the client about what they're asking for and why. If they're asking for something outside of your contract scope, be honest with them and explain that you're not able to provide that service and offer an alternative solution. It's important to remain calm and professional when communicating with the client. Having an honest and open conversation can ensure everyone's on the same page and avoid conflicts. If the client threatens to sue if you do not provide the requested services, it's important to consult with an attorney to determine how to proceed. My construction drawings in South Florida have always included a plumbing riser. The building departments around me require it, although I hear it's not the case in most parts of the country. So, how do you deliver final drawings to the client and meet their expectations? Well, what does your agreement say? I suggest that you list all the items that you provide in the scope of work section of the contract. If that section only says construction drawings, then you might be too vague. If that section only says per the building department requirements, you still might be too vague. What if the plan reviewer asks for something you've never provided before? You're now on the hook to get it done. And if the building department provides a detailed list of drawing requirements, maybe you can attach it as an addendum to your agreement and reference the addendum in the scope of work. Now here's where I've seen many agreements fall short, even some found in the designer docs library. They lack a section that includes those items that need to be provided by the owner or other professionals. You know, a list of what's not provided by the building designer, such as a survey or soil tests, in this case a plumbing riser, interior cabinet and vanity elevations, a duct layout. Well, you get the idea. When talking with this member, I came up with this idea. One of the contract templates in the designer docs library titled Custom Home Design Agreement has a clause already included called Additional Services. This clause is short and sweet by stating that the client is charged by the hour for them. I propose you list a menu of additional services you can provide, but the scope of work doesn't include them, such as the plumbing riser, interior room elevations, job site observations, and bidding coordination services. There's probably more you can do. Once again, you get the idea. But don't stop there. Yes, this makes it more clear that the quoted price of the contract does not include these items, but what if you had a predetermined fee for each one? What if your contract was made into a tool to upsell your services? Had this designer done that, when their client asked for a plumbing riser, they could have easily pointed to the agreement and said, "I'd love to do that for you. According to our agreement, that's an additional X amount of money." I must disclose that I'm not an attorney. Although I did recently stay at a Holiday Inn Express, for real. But anyway, if you haven't purchased access to the Designer Docs library for free, you can do that by going to aibd.org/store. If you already have the Designer Docs and need to check on any updates, click the My Transactions tab after logging into your account at the AIBD Member Hub. Thanks for watching this entire video and have a triumphant week.